I have never in my life dated a man who plays video games. We are adults, correct? Why is this a debate? This is why you're still dating at 40. Here's my radical idea. If a doctor says something is necessary, then your insurance cannot deny it. So if a doctor says a speedboat is necessary, it can't be denied. Teacher always handed your tests back to you face down, huh? Men, delete one thing forever. Basketball, the deed, music, women, money, water, drugs. Women, frickin' simps. No woman but you kept the deed. Yeah, I see how you're living. Chill out, bro. She's dating both of us. You're my boyfriend-in-law. We playing multiplayer. I don't want to play multiplayer, man. I want to play solos. Delete the lol from the end of your sentences and just say what you need to say. No, lol. Lol kind of just adds cushioning to the sentence. Pool brick hydration is a full-time job. The Blue Dragon River in Portugal is seen from space. How did they know to name it that before we had space? It's even got the face. The face is literally a perfect dragon. So long. Aliens, man. Aliens. What if Monster came in gallons like milk? It took me several minutes to realize this meant the energy drink. What? Man giving his wife a kitten. You wish you could feel a fraction of this joy. Please bring back toxic masculinity, because why do I show up at a date and me and him are wearing the same shirt? How has that got anything to do with masculinity? Who looks better? He ate me up. I had to wear my jacket. Sounds pretty masculine to me. Are you okay, son? No, Dad. Fireflies are now considered at risk of extinction. Seriously, let's say you have a cool job, a great job. You make $100 an hour. You work 10 hours a day, $1,000 a day, 5 days a week, $5K a week. Every week, $20K a month. That's $240,000 a year. It would take you 4,167 years to make $1 billion. God damn it. When I was 16 and opened my first checking account, they asked if I wanted my photo on the card so I wouldn't have to show my ID. They didn't tell me they would be putting the same photo on there at age 30. One time I hired a guy I knew would be bad because mid-interview he licked his glasses to clean them, and I wanted to know more about that. Bro really said, "What an interesting critter you are," and hired him. Someone who licks their glasses are not normal. That shows they're ready to sacrifice everything to fix a problem, even licking their glass. 9-year-old me randomly telling myself, I'm gonna remember this exact moment in the future for no reason. I would rather have a 500K honeymoon than a 500K wedding. I'd rather have 500K. This guy has been saving me from mosquitoes for a month. Respect to such spiders. Meanwhile, the spider is somewhere on Twitter. This guy has been luring me food for like a month now. Respect to people like him. Second week on the job, coworker told me good morning. I think she's into me. This was in 2020. Then they retweeted in 2025. We got married, by the way. Hombre un centra un pelo genilia. Category 9 stick alert. I bring a sort of date to marry vibe to Gen Z that this hookup situation generation doesn't really like. Can you come collect your freak of a man, please? He's doing things. No, I set him loose on purpose. He needs enrichment. Hi. Hey, fine shut. Fine shite. Bro fumbled under zero pressure. Cheating on an exam by memorizing everything the professor taught in advance so I can easily answer all the questions. Could a vampire policeman enter my house if they had a warrant? This question has destroyed many of my friend groups. It depends. A police can come at any time to enter your house, right, if they have a warrant. So yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't be able to. Do you think because they're a vampire they shouldn't be allowed? Do you think that like changes something? I mean, they won't be coming in the day. Working my first office job. Is it normal to have nothing to do? Yes, but don't ever say it or look like it. Ever. Walk fast. Always hold something and don't smile until noon. Just look very miserable and make it seem like you've been working all day. Most painful realization about yourself. I'm too smart for the amount of bad decisions I make. You live with your parent. Yes, people are living with their parents. We can't afford a house in this economy. Shut up. To the gal who dumped me a few weeks ago because the hassle of dating a rancher wasn't worth the time and effort. I've had 15 calves in the last 48 hours and you could have pet every single one. Listen, I'm not a girl, but I would still pet them. New Air Force Class A's just dropped. Would absolutely support going back to the uniforms of the Continental Air Force, just as George Washington intended his Air Force to look. True. And the Navy should start dressing like sailors. We're eating dinner at a Michelin restaurant, and I genuinely didn't know chicken could taste like this. So the bill has arrived, and the chicken has stopped being sweet. Oh. Dudes hit the gym after a breakup, thinking their body is the issue. Bro, you have the emotional intelligence and maturity of a doorknob. Go to therapy. Women secretly look down on men who go to therapy, while publicly urging men to go. I don't think they secretly look down. Maybe Nicole secretly looks down. I mean, this isn't even a secret. I can't date a Harry Potter adult. Imagine having having the hardest day of your life, and you've got to go to somebody that's gonna try to console you with a Dumbledore quote, "One must flip a light switch once in the dark. Bro, my cousin died. Happy 79th birthday to the 43rd President of the United States. He's been out of office for 16 years after serving 2 terms and is still younger than the last 2 presidents. He looks young as hell. He looks like 62. Ever since I turned 20, someone is always on holiday with a mysterious source of income. Is it like this forever? My first favorite hobby is yapping. Second is being extremely quiet and not talking whatsoever. 1973 Sony DR11s. How was the past more futuristic than the present? We had some really cool style back then. Roommate is on vacation and we asked him to send pictures, and so far this is all we've received. Big stepper. Realized customer service wasn't for me when a lady on the phone told me I didn't know how to do my job, and I said, "Well, walk me through it," and she hung up. It's her own fault. Kids from divorced parents. Kids from parents who should have divorced. When you're in your bee suit and you feel sweat running down your back, that's fine. If you feel sweat running up your back, that's a bee. Some beekeeping advice my mum gave me today. I thought bee suit meant like a bee costume until I read the word beekeeping. I'd really love to have a beehive. That would be so fun. Getting honey, looking after bees. I've never been stung before. How badly does it hurt? You can't do locker room talk with me. I would just steer the conversation into more civil territory. Just left a girl's house right now. Is she kind? So kind. Yay! Why is American toilet water so high? Do you enjoy dipping your... Yes, and I'm telling you, in America, it splashes. It splashes up at you. It's a jump scare. I'll never not laugh at this. Once in 5th grade, this kid called me a homo, and I thought it meant homeless. I was confused, so I said, "But Jeremy, you've been to my house." When Fix mentioned size difference, this is what my brain pictures. Personally, Bella was not fooling me or anyone. When the beast changed into a human, I saw that look on her face. That was disappointment. Men are so funny wearing their little jerseys. I'm just like my favorite football man. You sure are, little guy. Same energy as this post. Basketball is so funny. It's like, "Aw, you got a bouncy ball, and the other guys are trying to get it for you. You better run. Don't let them get it." If I remember history correctly, we are now in a factors leading to paragraph before a unit where maps get super flaggy and arrowy. Flight is at 5 a.m. My dad, they always get up so early. I am a victim to this though. If I am about to catch a flight, I will get up very early. I'm not taking any chances. People be like, "Yeah, just follow behind me and start driving like this." What happened? For rage bait. Point in every man's life where he has to learn how to play Tekken. Bro got pushed on the swing mid-tweet. I don't care, you dumb, self-righteous idiot. Seems like you care a lot. I moderately care. I'm just stressed out recently. I'm trying to find a new job. Want to talk about it? Most wholesome 4chan moment ever. When I tried to break up with my ex, he sent me a picture of myself eating steak. You want to be with me even after what I just said? You're making a mistake. What? Oh, that was a pun. The pun saved your relationship. 15-year-old daughter has a friend over, and suddenly 13-year-old son wants to walk around curling dumbbells. Doesn't stop there either, folks. Suddenly he's become a late-night cook and made ramen with eggs. I don't think anybody knows what "without further ado" means anymore. Every YouTube video is like, so without further ado, let's get into it. But first, today's sponsor is my dude. That is literally further ado. Just found out I'm part of the problem, which sucks, but it feels good to be a part of something. Who am I giving the problem to though? Why did he do this? His energy is unmatched. Remember when he went on a date with his stalker because he was bored? My biggest flex is that I've never lost my AirPods. Bro's AirPods. Texting my boyfriend who is 20 feet away from me in the next room. If I was a donut, what kind? Sprinkles? What kind of icing and sprinkle? White icing and confetti rainbow sprinkle. You're a delight in every way. Thank you. I will be a donut someday. He's reinstalling Windows for me while I sleep. And when he put on my headset, I lost it. Show me a fan cast. That will never happen today, but would have been peak back then. I hate live action adaptations, but he is literally born for this. Cars should have a second, friendlier horn to say thank you. Or if you want to let people know you drove past a cool animal. Perfect example of how woke ruins society. My husband is looking at jobs, and this one through a hiring firm is withholding the name of the company for some reason, but wants someone familiar with chocolate. Is your husband an Oompa Loompa? Willy Wonka? Who is willing to move to Hershey's? The goal is never Gucci bags. It's acres of land. Gucci bags are in the closet of this home. Big fan of whatever this is called. Golden hour. Hold on, why is the quality on this early 2000s photo so crisp it doesn't feel right? When your husband asks you to get out of the hospital bed 5 hours post-birth so he can get the shot of his dreams. Thinking about the time at Olive Garden when the cute waitress paused while grating the cheese on the salad and asked if I wanted more. And I said, sure, I'm not driving. And she didn't laugh. Or did you laugh? Former boxer and wrestler crushing an apple with his bare hand at age 80 years old. Me. Is sad. Stingray smooshing its face against the glass at the aquarium. Me. My pastor said we only cover women's bobs in public because God made the things to appear like giant eyes to ward off predators. Since women usually have larger ones, this can cause panic and fear in horses. He might be onto something, you know? Imagine Dragon's job is to come up with music that will get your cousin to join the army. How it felt back in 2020, getting voted for imposter in Among Us, knowing damn well it was bro. I got so into Among Us. It's so fun though when you take it seriously. It makes it so much better. How dudes felt after doing 10 push-ups and taking a cold shower in 2020, after spending the whole day gooning. Single-use plastics versus single-use plastics in Japan. Anything but in Japan is so much cooler. If I were a baby with no appointments or responsibilities, I would simply not wake up at 5:45. Yeah, I would just sleep all day. Are we a doing the deed crazed generation, or has it always been like this? Ask your great-grandparents with 14 children. Okay, I think every generation is doing the deed crazed, but back then you could just have 14 children and afford it. Now it's just not economically possible. You could, but the kid might not have a nice life. You'd need a lot of money. I also think having too many kids, you want to be able to give enough attention to each kid. If you have like 20 siblings, how is that gonna work? My wife painted this Springtrap shirt with bleach, but didn't even use an insert, so the back of his shirt has an evil phantom version of him. Honestly, it's awesome. By the age of 20, you should have $10 in your bank account, a bad relationship story, knee pain, anxiety, back pain. Our delivery driver has lost his life in the accident. Oh wow, that is terrible. Well, okay, I guess I give my regards if you can. Okay, bye. Is that all you have to say? My unemployed neighbor with an unlimited firework budget would like to wish everyone a happy 9th of July. Imagine having a family Minecraft world that gets passed down and finding your great ancestors' builds from generations before you. Sorry, I can't hang out. I forgot how to mimic human behavior. I mean, if you want to just loom in the corner like some kind of creature, that's cool. We don't want you just getting left out. Yeah, you can practice as well if you want. I don't mind. Calling it Hunter times Hunter in front of a bunch of nerds just to feel something. I think most people would know you're rage baiting. ADHD. Why I interrupt people. Say it now or it's gone forever. Okay, I know the rest of the things are kind of true, but I think that's more than the percentage for that pie. I think that should be more than half. That's literally true. And then if you don't say it, you actually forget about it every time. I was trying to explain to my grandma what being bisexual meant and saying that I looked at ladies and butts, and she was all like, you're not gay, everybody checks out ladies' rear ends. And my sister was like, I have never wanted to look at a lady's butt. Later my grandma called me and was like, I think I might be a little gay. Best grandma story. That one ungrateful friend that's family is richer than my entire bloodline. Went to the butcher's. Bloke said, do you want beef? I said, what do you want, you cheeky git? Chinned him. Remember when goon just meant the guys you had to beat up in Lego Batman? It's so easy to be a man. You just have to know everything and be good at everything and have a solution to every possible problem. You cannot comprehend the rage that rushed through me as I saw the first Google result for Googling Hieronymus Bosch is an incestuous AI slop. Love watching the Library of Alexandria burn in front of our eyes and our peers reacting with lol cope. I saw a bumper sticker that said, make tea, not war. And what a wild ride they are in for when they learn literally any fact about tea. What's the single most important item in your home that has a value of $1 or less? A brown plastic realistic cockroach nicknamed Freddy. We got it over 20 years ago. I don't remember where or why. Maybe a Halloween party? My wife and I have been hiding it for each other ever since. It could take months for Freddy to pop up, but he always does. She will find it buried in the sugar pot. I will later find it in a pair of shoes I rarely wear. It often makes us jump and gives us a small fright. I'll hear my wife let out a surprised gasp and then go, oh, Freddy. For me, Freddy is a great symbol that our relationship is still solid after all these years, and that we take the time to have fun, to surprise each other. This is really sweet. I want to do something like this. However, I'd want it to be a spider, and I'm just too scared of spiders. Actually, terrible advice if you want to get with women. Do not date while you're broke, in terrible shape. Your life is chaotic. First, get your life in order, man. Yesterday in the park, I saw a toddler screaming bad dog at a goose, and I can't stop thinking about it. When I'm trying to beat dementia allegations, I'm such a remember when type of person. Memories mean so much to me. What my girlfriend thought, first 4 dates. Nice shirt. Wow, a second nice shirt. Okay, the first shirt again. He has 2 shirts. Mario had no reason to hit that pose. It's taken me this long to realize he's jumping into the cart. I thought he was just hitting that. I slept with this on my pillow as a kid, thinking he was aura farming. Evidence of an S-tier nab. True. Backwards mirror pic, profile picture son, or lip profile picture daughter. Who even asked for an American Squid Game? Not every movie or TV show needs to be Americanized. I hope you understand that someday. How it feels to be a dating to marry girl in this generation. We are trying for a baby. Oh, so you're just doing it every night and you're telling everyone at the dinner table, including your nan? Honestly, human history makes a lot more sense when you remember how many of the major decisions were made by 19-year-olds who drank wine for breakfast. Some 19-year-old is about to get an apartment with his girlfriend, who is going to make his life miserable the whole lease. Just overheard a woman say, "No offense, but who the hell do you think you are?" to her no more than a few months old baby. Okay, leave this for a different video. So keep it in the timeline, but yeah, different video. Okay, this for a different video, but leave it in. So like, just leave it. A top AI advisor at Meta and Facebook warns that an age of slop is inevitable, and he has no idea how to stop it. I feel like we are moving into a time where you do not have a way to understand what is human-made and what is not. I like how you can see a little Vance in this gorilla. He's like AI Genghis Khan. His DNA is everywhere. Finally saved up enough to upgrade my homunculus again. Opposable thumbs? Nah. Stomach acid? Nah. Heart valves? No. Fear response. The Beatles are gamers? JRPG. Actually, it's just their initials. The names were Jingo, Ringo, Pingo, and Gingo. What about Vasgo? No? Alright, never mind. A woman kept her mother's last cooked meal frozen for 5 years. She broke down in tears when a chef revived it for safe consumption without changing the taste so she could eat it. 5 years and you could still eat it and it was still safe? That chef did a miracle. Cooking things in water has been so much more fun ever since I got my Iron Snoopy. I never thought I would have to say this in a million years, but I don't know how to explain to you guys that iron isn't lead, and that some people are iron deficient. How 10-year-old me was genuinely posted up underwater with my swimming goggles, analyzing fine shite cheeks. When someone low-key tries insulting you, but you're playing invincible funk edits. They should make a beer that's also an energy drink, and a cigarette and also has 50 grams of protein. You know what I was thinking of inventing, guys? I mean, it's been done before. Caffeine chewing gum, but actually make it just more mainstream. I think that's a pretty good idea. Would you guys buy if I made like a really cool product of just caffeinated chewing gum? I've tried caffeinated chewing gum before, but it just doesn't taste nice. The look I give to my siblings when my mom takes my side in an argument, even though I was the one lying. When my girl posts me on her story and dudes in the comments are saying, "What am I doing wrong?" Lil Tim is absolutely geeked off the oranges right now. He's definitely an addict. When I show up to the kindest person competition, but my opponent didn't show up to let me win. 7 ways to turn a can of tuna into lunch. Or even dinner. I've never had canned tuna before. It just looks really gross. You applied to 200 jobs and are still unemployed. I hope you don't mind we leak your data. And no, we will not be calling back. I believe companies post fake job postings to collect and sell data. I don't think they post fake job postings, but maybe they try and get more applications than they actually need, or people when they've already found someone to get data. You could be right though. A lot of that data they get it's high quality data. It's like companies would pay for that. When bro keeps replaying the same TikTok, so you know it's a girl shaking butt, but you have no proof. When you're at a parent teacher conference, but they keep hitting your parent lie after lie, so you gotta hit them with the, "It's true, it's official. My mom's phone number has been reassigned to someone new." It's the little things like this that sting. Knowing she's not on the other end of the emergency contact number I've memorized since childhood, no longer just a call away. Wrong number. She's with you in spirit, don't worry. Rest in peace.